also, we're getting back-to-back details. We heard opposition leaders speak about a committee, speaking about investigation as well. And I'll be also joined right now very soon by a senior editor, Shravan Sen, who will get us more perspective and details on this. Shravan, we're seeing back-to-back details, back-to-back developments. We're seeing the Adani stocks continue to crash as well. Opposition demanding an inquiry. We are seeing many other details tumble out. Take our viewers through what's happening and why this story is extremely important and what can we expect next.
Well, the latest development happens to be that coming in from the RBI issuing a circular asking all the banks who have had an exposure with the Adani group to put out more information. Now, that's important simply on the count that, remember, there have been allegations that have been leveled, and that is that there has been borrowing that has been far more than what is essentially required, and that comes in from the central banks itself. And that is the reason why you are seeing the opposition parties now trading their guns at the government, because you're talking about not private banks, but the fact of the matter is this involves the LIC as well as the State Bank of India. It turns out that there is also a response that has come in from the LIC and SBI. But just a quick recap of what we know so far. How did it all start, and why did it come to such a situation where one of the wealthiest person on the planet Earth now losing his original spot? If you go by the Forbes billionaire list, Gautam Adani is down to number 15. The net worth has gone down to about $14 billion. Now, what's important to point out here is that the Hindenburg research, which comes in from the US investment firm, has made a sensational allegation. That is of stock manipulation. And not just that, using tax havens for parking the money. Now, what's important to point out here is that soon after that, the shares of Adani group started fluctuating. So much so, till about yesterday, you were looking at their flagship group company, that is Adani Enterprises. The shares plummeted by about 28%. Same is the story for the other listed companies of the Adani group, leading to a lot of volatility in the market. And that is one of the reasons why Gautam Adani, in his address to the investors, essentially indicated that the market is volatile, and this would be unfair on the part of the investors. Because remember, soon after this paper was put out by the Hindenburg research, what essentially happened was that a lot of people questioned the timing of it, because this came close to the heels of the FPO, which was fully subscribed. But there is a caveat to that. The subscription essentially was not really from the retail investors. It was from investors outside. Now, what happened thereafter was that due to the volatility in the market, one essentially indicated that the investors would have had massive losses, at least paper losses. And that is the reason why Gautam Adani, once again, making it very clear that he wouldn't want the investors who believed in his company to face this at this stage. Market experts, on the other hand, Shivagi, have only indicated that this is just the tip of the iceberg. But to write an obituary for the entire group would be extremely premature at this point in time, because the group is essentially indicating that they are going to restructure. There are a lot of consultations that are basically taking place, and they would, at this point in time, focus on stabilizing the shares, which is the most important factor at this stage. But as expected, with the Parliament session underway, this would become some sort of a reason, an issue for the political party, for the opposition parties to train their guns at the ruling dispensation.